Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for our news updates. My name is Tandy Wemzumara. The United States State Department has announced that Secretary of State Marco Rubio has spoken with Vatican Secretary of State Cardinal Pietro Parolin about the situation in Venezuela. During a January 6th call, the State Department indicated that the two leaders discussed pressing challenges, including efforts to improve the humanitarian situation, particularly in Venezuela, as well as the promotion of peace and religious freedom globally. Both leaders reaffirmed their commitment to deepening cooperation between the United States and the Holy See in addressing shared priorities around the world, the State Department added. At the time of the publication, the Vatican had not provided details about the call, but Cardinal Parolin served as Apostolic Nuncio to Venezuela from 2009 to 2013. Civil society organizations under the National Advocacy Platform NAP have welcomed the decision by President Arthur Peter Mutharika not to assent to the new law governing the management of Constituency Development Fund (CDF) resources. Speaking at a press briefing in Ilongwe earlier today, NAP Chairperson Benedicto Gondoe said the decision demonstrates that the President has respected the rule of law. According to Gondoe, it is important that as the Minister of Justice develops guidelines for the use of CDF funds, the interests of Malawians are taken into account. He has since stressed that Malawians should be given an opportunity to contribute their views during the formulation of the guidelines on how the funds will be managed. The Malawi government has started receiving maize purchased from Zambia, with 3,400 metric tons delivered in the past 4 days as part of a 200,000-ton import program. Minister of Agriculture Rosafat Mbilizi said 103,000 tons will arrive in this first phase, with the rest expected by the end of March. Mbilizi has since assured that the country has enough storage in silos across Kanengo, Luchenza, and Mangochi, while NFRA continues local maize procurement to strengthen national reserves. The Center for Democracy and Economic Development Initiative, CIDED, has asked Parliament's Natural Resources Committee to investigate the validity of mining permits and licenses granted to Portland Cement Company. In a January 5, 2026 letter signed by CIDED Executive Director Sylvester Namiwa, the organization alleges that Portland Cement was licensed to mine limestone at Chegumbika Hill in Balaga without conducting its own environmental and social impact assessment as required by law. CIDED says the company relied on a 13-year-old environmental impact assessment conducted by Lafarge Cement, a move the organization argues is questionable given possible changes at the site over time. The group has since called for an investigation and wants Wilfred Kadewa, who is the former Mining Authority Director General Samasakura, and former Balaga District Commissioner Tamanya Harawa summoned to account for their roles. And in other news, at least 22 migrants have been killed and 65 others injured after a lorry they were traveling in overturned in Ethiopia's northeastern Afar region, according to authorities. About 85 Ethiopian migrants were traveling along the eastern migration route when the lorry overturned in the town of Semera on Tuesday morning, a senior Afar official, Mohammed Ali Biedo, said in a statement. Their final destination was unclear, but the route typically runs from Ethiopia through Djibouti, across the Red Sea to Yemen, and onward to Saudi Arabia and other Middle Eastern countries. And that is about what we had time for in this edition of our news updates. My name is Tandy Wemsumara. Good afternoon.